Shana Tova. When Rabbi called me a few weeks ago and asked me if I would be willing to give the appeal this year, it was a very quick answer, yes. It is always very difficult to say no to a rabbi, especially Rabbi Cassie, who has worked so very hard for all of us this past year. Like most times, when you quickly say yes, after you get home and start thinking about this realization, it really hits. What would you say to your temple family during these incredibly challenging and tragic 2020? My first thoughts turned to our temple, and I began thinking about my family's 40 plus years as temple members and remembering Diane and my first encounter with TBE. It was in July, a long time ago, and we were living in Torrance, belonged to another synagogue about 3 minutes from our home. During this time, we started hearing about this temple in San Pedro, about 30 minutes further from our home, but we heard about this very unique rabbi. So one Friday night, we decided to attend his service, and when we arrived, we were welcomed, but we also found out that this is the time the rabbi is on vacation. Well, we decided to stay anyways. We enjoyed the service, and we were truly overwhelmed as the cantor Ellen, was in charge, and we were hooked. As we were driving home, we said, wow, that was a terrific experience. Later in the summer, we returned for a service conducted by Rabbi Lieb, and the rest is history. Our daughters began Torah school that year on Sundays, became bat mitzvah, attended confirmation, and through the years, as most of you, all of our life cycle events were organized and officiated by our clergy. Let me share just a few examples of our life at TBE that has made lasting effect on me. As I mentioned, we were thrilled when Tina became a bat mitzvah at TBE, and 2 years later, we were able to join Rabbi Lieb on one of his trips to Israel. During our trip, Rabbi and I were at a stage in our life where we were running regularly every morning. We would get up early before everyone else, and David and I would run the streets of wherever we were that day. He would talk to me about what we were seeing and the significance of that area relative to the nation of Israel, beyond explanation. Another moment was when Carrie and Ronit became bat mitzvah, as we all observed them, and at the same time had a spectacular view of the old city. I realize that I really don't have the words to describe that afternoon. We have been privileged, like many of you, to have 4 generations involved in our temple, and I remember watching Tina, Carrie, and later our grandsons sitting on the floor at the bottom of the bima, watching George blow his beautiful shofar. One morning, when I came to temple, there's one more image that I just can't get out of my mind. I came to the temple, and I honestly don't remember the reason, and there was Sid Brickman with his work belt and the drinking faucet torn apart. I said, Sid, what are you doing? He answered, I can fix this. No need for the temple to put out money on something like this. These are just a couple examples of the many of the caring and love expressed by our temple family. Now, my friends, here we are. 2020 has been and continues to be a year you and I never imagined we would be experiencing. The challenges and tragedies of this year for me, and I'm sure for you, are just unimaginable. Even when we try to cope with all the things we are experiencing this year, as in life itself, there seems to be something that helps stay and keep us balanced and allows us to get up each day and live our life the best we can. My sincere belief that at times there is divine intervention, and I believe that Rabbi Cassie and her family coming to us at that specific moment was no accident. This wonderful family and incredible rabbi literally moved across the United States to San Pedro, absolutely not knowing what lies ahead. Just moving. Getting used to Southern California, getting used to us and our temple is more than enough. But that wasn't enough. The coronavirus hit like a sledgehammer and continues out of control today. Rabbi Cassie and Cantor Elon accepted the challenges presented and amazingly began to put together programs, activities, and brought them into our homes almost immediately. I have no idea where they got their energy, patience, perseverance, and will to be with us seemingly almost daily. They made sure we are okay then and now, and brought with them an understanding of where we are, beautiful music, making Torah passages come alive, coordinating and developing activities that met our needs when we were and continue to be basically at home. For me, most importantly, they brought their smiles and a gift that will be okay if we just hang together. When we hear Rabbi and Cantor sing together, if that doesn't create chills, or when Talia wraps her arms around Rabbi's neck when she is singing or talking to us. Cantor brings his beautiful voice and the voices of his daughters and other cantors from the greater LA area just for us. Truly just amazing. And doing all of this and still have the responsibilities of their families. Truly unbelievable. Let's not forget to say thank you to Jody and Josh for taking care of things at home so our professionals could be with us. How about a special thank you to Carrie and Shoni for taking care of all of us from their homes as they continue to meet all of our needs in a supportive and positive way. Thank you to Adam and Ron for keeping our temple clean and in working order, anticipating our return. Thank you to Gail and Eric and their board of directors for guiding us through the first half of this journey. And thank you to Marla and Linda and their board of directors for stepping up with continued guidance and love. Well, my friends, I probably have gone on too long, but these have been my thoughts for quite a few weeks. And now I think it is our time to show our appreciation. Let me be clear. I truly understand that these unusual and challenging times have impacted you and your family financially. But if you have the means, this is our time, maybe the most critical time in our temple's history, to reflect on what the temple means to you and support the temple's financial needs the best you can. To make a pledge, you can mail to finance@bethelSP.org or Venmo your donation to Temple El San Pedro. Please see the chat or video comments for more information. My friends, hopefully in the near future, we will be together again to shake hands, to hug, and kiss each other again in the beauty of our sanctuary. Shana Tova.